You poor thing. How's my little baby feeling now, huh?
A bit feverish, Mummy.
Say ah? Yeah, maybe just a little. Would you like some milk?
Yes, please. In a chocolate Nesquik.
And we are continuing our live coverage of the Florida hurricane, where so far, thanks to there have been no casualties.
Hooray for Daddy!
As we can see, well, that is extraordinary. For the third time today, Thermoman has flown away. But where is he going?
Oh, not again.
How's the baby?
George, he's fine. You can't keep popping back like this.
And how's my little friend?
George, he's got a bit of a temperature, that's all.
What is it?
135.
Oh my God, that's 2 degrees below normal.
Daddy, I'm okay.
He must be kept warmer. I'd say he needs... Hang on.
And now we are hearing reports of a little girl trapped in the wreckage. But it's all right. Thermoman is back to save her. And now he's flying off again.
I'd say he needs one more blanket. It's okay, I'll do it.
George, calm down. You're going to exhaust yourself.
You don't understand, Janet. I'm an Ultronian. In my entire life, I've only been sick for 5 minutes. With that slight sniffle.
It was malaria, George.
It's a slight sniffle to me. So when my baby gets even a tiny bit sick, I worry, and I'll do anything to make him better. Thanks. Would you like a drink, Ollie?
I just asked Mummy for one.
Do I have to do everything, Janet?
Mrs. Raven!
Sorry, Dr. Crispy. The reflex. Never do that.
Mrs. Raven, this is the 3rd time this week you've fallen asleep at your desk. It just won't do, especially as none of the sickies has the guts to try and wake you up. I haven't seen a patient in 45 minutes. Send one in, could you?
Oi, up along. Get in there now.
Fall asleep again?
Oh, it's the triplets that got insomnia. And they're up all night arm wrestling and rollerblading and playing with that piano wire I got them for Christmas.
I know they're a handful, Mrs. Raven, but couldn't you discipline them?
Not since that social worker confiscated my air rifle. How about you? You still getting up at night to feed the baby?
No, he gets his own food at night. I'm joking, obviously. Actually, he's not too well at the moment, so we're all a bit tired.
Oh, I remember when the triplets weren't well. Oh, they all had flu.
Oh, dear.
Happiest day of my life. I slept for 24 hours and I didn't get a peep out of them for 3 days.
You gagged them, didn't you?
They were too weak to resist. It's funny though, everybody's tired at the moment, even Thermoman.
Thermoman, really?
It was on the news. He was seen yawning during rescues and flying very erratically.
Really?
You heard about him this morning?
Well, I heard he landed a plane that was in difficulty.
It was in difficulty because he flew into it. There's no knowing what else he could hit.
How are you feeling, darling?
I've got pins and needles in my arms.
Oh, that's just a tingly sensation you get from... Oh, you already have got pins and needles in your arms.
Daddy thinks acupuncture might make me better.
George, he just needs to rest. And so do you.
I'm fine.
It's affecting your superheroing.
I crashed into one plane.
No, not just that. This afternoon, you had to rescue some hostages, blow out that forest fire, and throw that comet into deep space. What did you do?
I rescued the comet, I blew the hostages into the fire, and I threw them. But at least I put the fire out.
Daddy's done something worse than that, Mummy.
Not now, Ollie.
Done what?
Nothing. It doesn't matter.
Daddy's so tired he's forgotten something important. Haven't you, Daddy?
Forgotten what?
Show the news, Daddy.
And tonight's main story, George W. Bush, the President of the United States, has disappeared. Earlier today, his presidential car was involved in a minor road accident, and Thermo Man offered to fly the President to Washington Hospital, but Mr. Bush never arrived.
George, what have you done with the President?
Look, it's perfectly simple. I had him with me when I was called out on a rescue, and then I was called out on more rescues, and what with that, I'm popping back here to see Ollie. I put him down somewhere, and I can't remember where. We've all done it, Janet. We've all put things down, and we can't remember where we put them.
Not the President of the United States!
I know, but...
Oh, George, how could you?
Please don't shout.
Of course I'll shout. You've lost the President of the United States!
I haven't lost him. I just can't remember where he is.
Here, Janet, keep calm. Have you checked in all the places you could have left him?
Mexico, New Zealand, Egypt.
Have you checked here in the flat?
I'm not stupid, Janet.
You're incredibly stupid! You've lost the President of the United States!
He wasn't that good a president.
That's not the point.
The only place I haven't checked is Mount Etna.
Why not?
If I left him in Mount Etna, Janet, there'd be little point in checking. It's 2,000 degrees centigrade.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry, Janet.
Don't worry. The most powerful man in the world, and you've cremated him.
Possibly. Oh, hang on, there's some more news.
As the news just in, the President has been found shaken but well. He was found in Northolt in West London after turning up in a health shop owned by a Mr. George Sunday. In Northolt, who's with the shop assistant who found him.
Well, I was just closing up the shop, and I found this groggy bloke slumped in the corner, and he said he was the President of the United States. And I said, oh, right, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, Master of the Jedi.
So you thought he was joking and you were just playing along?
No, really, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right. Did the President stay long?
No, we left pretty quickly.
He left, and seeking medical assistance, he found his way to the Northolt Health Centre.
You won't get it there.
Where he was met by the receptionist, Mrs. Raven. She's with me now. What happened, Mrs. Raven?
Well, this bloke come in, said he'd been involved in a car accident, that he was the President of the United States, and that he'd been flying with Thermo Man, so obviously I did what any decent health professional would.
Which one?
I punched his lights out. You can never be too careful with nutters.
Although it turned out he wasn't actually a nutter, didn't it?
Well, you say that. But the way that he rejected the Kyoto Agreement suggests he's a complete lunatic.
Back to the studio.
We understand the President is now flying back to America in a plane. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has sought to reassure him that not all Britons are as strange as the two that he met in Northolt.
Well, that's a relief. Come on, Ollie. Let's take your temperature again.
George, you need to sleep.
I do not need to sleep. It's all turned out fine.
But you're flying slower. What if somebody spots you coming home?
Janet, there's nothing to worry about.
Time for a coffee run?
Thanks. No sugar and black as night.
Actually, I was thinking you might do the coffee run this time.
Oh, very good, Doctor. I needed a laugh. Anyway, I'll pay you later. And get me a giant cookie as well. Oh, and when you come back, you're doing me a favour.
Mrs. Raven, I have told you before, you are not qualified to do post-mortems.
It's not that. I need a reference. I need to build a nice big shed in my garden so that the triplets have got somewhere to, well, live. They're exhausting me. And to pay for that, I need a part-time job.
I see. What's the job?
Night security guard at the shopping centre. I'll get all the sleep that I want, plus a uniform and the chance to hurt people.
And, who were you intending to ask for this reference? Speak up, Mrs. Raven.
You, Doctor.